Okay. Hi, Jay. How are we doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Okay. You know what? Okay is better than good. So we're somewhere. How have you been since last time I've seen you?
I've been all right. Like things have been kind of the same, I guess. You know, it's still really difficult to kind of make it through a week without having a panic attack, or feeling like I'm losing control of everything. Um, Sorry, my cat. Um, and so it's just exhausting. Overwhelmed.
Yeah, I bet. How's your sleep been?
Um, some nights I just can't get to sleep, and then, at least once a week, I'm sleeping good, and then I'm waking up panicking. So,
No, that's definitely something to note, and we'll touch back on it. So last time it was a lot of, intake questions, just trying to get to know your background and your tree, your family tree, and how things have worked thus far for you. Today I kind of want to get to know you as a person more. So we're just going to dive deep into who you are, what you like, what makes you tick, a little bit more like that. So,
okay.
how'd you describe yourself? That's how we'll start.
Oh Lord. Um,
It could be a few
prob
words, it could be a whole thing, whatever feels comfortable.
um, Pretty eccentric, I guess, would be like a succinct way to put it. I'm like the more bubbly, outgoing wild card of the friend group.
Nice. That's awesome. I can see that a little bit. You're always happy, laughing, seem to be in a good mood, as far as I can see. And that's nice. So, what are some of your strengths? What are some of your weaknesses?
I am just a very caring person. Um, I I mean, both the strength and the weakness really is that I put people before myself quite often. Right. So like, and it's a strength because I'm able to, prioritize the needs of others people, um, and help them and support them. But it's also weakness because it's at my own it's at my own detriment, right? And I definitely have like an anxious attachment style. Um, like I truly feel like if a person doesn't talk to me, like my friends don't like if there's like
Mhm.
a pattern shift or like they're busy, I'm like, oh God, it's over. We're not friends anymore. Um,
Mhm.
so it's um so there's that. So like, you know, but I'm really smart. I love to learn. Um, I learn very quickly, so I'm able to kind of like pick things up and kind of
Nice.
do them um as if I've been doing them for a while, which is really helpful. Um, but yeah, I just, I spend so much time worrying um that I'm not being a good friend or that um my friends like secretly don't want to be with like my friend or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's difficult about those feelings of what they're thinking can be powerful. It can
Yeah.
take over what you're thinking about yourself, and I can totally see how that would be stressful and add to some of the things we're targeting while you're here, which, you know, with time, we'll figure it out. And it sounds like if I'm going to review a little bit of what you said, it sounds like you are happy, you are friendly, you're able to make connections, you know, complete tasks, and that's easy for you. But your anxiety within many avenues of your life is really taking over. I know last time we met, you talked about work, feeling like you're spinning out, and now it seems the relationship piece. And of course, we know how the family relationships are as well. So something to think about. But those are really good pieces of information about you. Thank you for sharing. That's very personal. And I'm glad at this point you already feel like you can give me some of that. And I think it's going to help us very much. So I guess I'll end with, well, maybe we'll see what we can squeeze in. But what accomplishments are you proud of thus far in your life? What are some things you can look back and be like, yes, even though despite the struggle, I'm glad I did that. Are there things like that? Well, on that same note, I'll also put in what are some hobbies we like? Like what are some of our interests? And maybe we can find some like wins in there.
I mean, I had to take I went back to school in, a couple years ago, and then I had to take a break, and I just recently went back to school. Um, and like I'm in a major now where I feel like it's gonna be the right one.
Hmm.
But then I'm also finishing the first major that I started with because I'm almost done, and they were like, you put so much work into it, so you might as well like finish it. So I'm getting two associate's degrees right now. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so like at the same time, so that's kind of cool. I don't know, it's hard to feel like it's an accomplishment though, like when just about everybody that I've gone to school with is like completed their master's programs and like started their lives. Um, so it's just kind of like, woo.
Yes, yes. Well, everyone has their own path, but yeah, I hear you.
So like it's taking me, it's been 7 years since we graduated and it's taking me so long. But no, like I really like art. I like to draw, I like to paint. Um, it's really relaxing, seeing things kind of come to life on paper or canvas. It's kind of cool.
Hmm.
And um I also like going to see art, so like just museums. There's this like place called Art Rage near me, and they do like a lot of like politically surged um art shows, and they'll have like gallery. One moment.
Okay.
Sorry if there's anybody in the parking lot. My dog's like, no, that's mine. Um,
Totally fine.
but so they'll have like art gallery openings where like you're open to the public, and so like they're really fun to go to because it's just like a bunch of people who are there to support the gallery because it's not like the Emerson Museum of Art, right? It's just a small little gallery. They do like really powerful pieces, and then it's nice to like be able to meet the artists sometimes, um, and like learn their stories and things like that. So
Very cool.
then I love nature. I love photography. Poochie. Um, and so I like being able to like go hiking and take pictures while we're out there and all that jazz too.
That is fun. And that's definitely, a good way to relieve stress and anxiety to get outside, breathe the
Yeah.
fresh air. So that's nice. Awesome. It's good to hear, even having hobbies and interests that get your mind off things like that. I consider that a win and something that you're doing for yourself in life that is positive. So it's awesome to hear that you're involved in that kind of stuff. The art sounded really cool, actually. And although you're struggling with the timeline of your life, maybe, um, definitely different points of view we can work on looking at and comparing, comparing to others is never a great way to look at life. Everybody has their own path. So I think that is awesome information. I appreciate you sharing once again all this good stuff. While I'm talking, I'm kind of thinking, just trying to remember some of those key points. So for next time, we can get a little bit deeper into things. Is there anything else you want to share with me?
Um, Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nope, no problem. We'll pick up next time and we'll just start focusing on some goals and targets with all this information we've gathered. How's that sound?
that sounds great. Thank you.
Awesome. No problem. You have a good day.
Thank you too.